Broadus family had spent years saving for their dream home, and when they finally found the house in a quiet neighborhood, it felt perfect. The street was calm, lined with tall trees, and the house itself looked warm and welcoming. Large windows, a wide porch, and a peaceful silence surrounded it. It was everything they had imagined. On the day they got the keys, Derek stood in the empty living room, smiling, already picturing birthdays, laughter, and a new life beginning inside those walls. But that feeling didn't last long. Just a few days after moving in, Derek walked to the mailbox and found a plain white envelope. There was no return address, only his name written in uneven handwriting. He opened it casually, expecting maybe a welcome note from a neighbor. But as he read the letter, his expression slowly changed. The words felt strange, wrong. The writer called themselves the Watcher and claimed they had been observing the house for years. At first, Derek laughed it off, thinking it was some kind of prank. But something about the tone of the letter stayed in his mind, like a quiet warning he couldn't ignore. Over the next few days, the house began to feel different. The silence wasn't peaceful anymore. It was heavy. Every small sound stood out. A floorboard creaking, a faint tap inside the walls, the wind brushing against the windows. At night, the darkness felt deeper than it should. Derek started checking the locks more than once before going to bed, and Kathy began to feel uneasy, being alone in certain rooms. Then another letter arrived. This one was more direct. It mentioned details about their family that no stranger should know. It spoke about their children, describing them in a way that made Kathy's hands shake as she read. The letter asked disturbing questions about the house, as if it wasn't just a building, but something alive, something waiting. The name, The Watcher, was signed again at the bottom, as if it were a promise that they were still there. The fear slowly took over their daily lives. The family stopped opening windows, kept curtains closed, and avoided going outside at night. Every passing car made Derek glance toward the street. Every shadow felt like it was hiding something. They began to wonder if someone was watching them from a distance, or worse, from inside the house itself. One night, as Kathy walked past the hallway, she froze. She felt it clearly. Someone was standing behind her. She turned quickly, but no one was there. Just an empty hallway and a silence that felt too deep. More letters came, each one more unsettling than the last. The writer spoke as if they had control, as if the family's fear was exactly what they wanted. They mentioned the house's past, hinted at secrets hidden in its walls, and made it clear that they weren't going anywhere. Sleep became impossible. Derek stayed awake most nights, listening carefully, trying to catch any sign of movement. But whatever was happening remained just out of reach, unseen, but always felt. One night, Derek woke up suddenly, his heart racing for no clear reason. The house was completely still, but something felt wrong. He got up and walked slowly toward the window. Outside, near the edge of the property, he saw a figure. It stood perfectly still in the darkness, facing the house. Watching, Derek's breath caught in his throat. He rushed downstairs and ran outside, but by the time he reached the spot, there was nothing there. No footprints, no sound, just the empty street and cold air. That was the moment they knew they couldn't stay. The house was no longer a home. It had become a place filled with fear, questions, and something they couldn't explain. The letters never stopped, and the identity of the Watcher was never discovered. The family left, hoping to escape whatever had been watching them. But even after they were gone, the mystery remained. Because sometimes, the scariest thing isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. Like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.